We've entered a new era of specialty smartphones. Like there are smartphones that are made specifically for great gaming experience, those that are made for versatile forms of productivity, and those that still ring a notification bell even when you're on a phone call. True story. And then there's this, a flagship phone made specifically for great photography. It's probably one of the best camera smartphones. Smartphone camera. Camera smartphone.
We're gonna have a problem here.
I mean, would you believe I clicked this portrait at 6x zoom while I was walking? While she was walking. Notice the hair strands, that detail. And I even tried to zoom in from here to check the station name, and I could. And no, none of the iPhone Pro Maxes or the Pixel Pro XLs are even close to where this is right now. I mean, it almost makes me question, is a flagship phone really a flagship without a true flagship camera? So guys, this phone that I'm exaggerating so much about is actually the Find X8 Ultra by OPPO. They recently launched the Find X8 Pro in India and I did a whole review about it and you can catch that over here. And this is the Ultra version of that and they just launched it globally. And guys, this phone is spec'd out fully. It's got the flagship Snapdragon 8 Elite with 16 gigs of super fast RAM, a 6.82-inch 10-bit 120Hz LTPO AMOLED display with an insanely high resolution, a 6100 mAh silicon carbon battery that charges using this included 100-watt charger, and a camera combination that's absolutely nuts. And I'll tell you why in just a few minutes, but top-notch specs, it's fully maxed out, and it's not just the specs. Everything else about the phone is also very flagship. It's a really good-looking phone. Everything about it feels premium with a very solid in-hand feel. It's also IP68 and 69 rated for water resistance, and it uses Gorilla Glass Victus 2 for protection. But you know what makes this phone special is that despite packing an insane camera hardware, it still feels very much like a usual flagship phone. Hear me out. It's got a 1-inch sensor for the main camera, an ultra-wide camera, and 2 periscope cameras, and it still looks and feels pretty much like any other flagship design. Let me put more context into this. See, other camera-centric smartphones that have a similar camera setup with a 1-inch sensor are thicker and they're generally more top-heavy. You can feel the camera bump and you can feel its weight more towards the top. But the X8 Ultra, it's the leanest of them all and you'll be surprised how well balanced the entire phone feels in your hand. And so what OPPO is really going for is to give you cutting-edge camera hardware but in a design and form that doesn't look too awkward in your hand and it's not too loud in its presence. And guess what? They've got a shortcut button and a quick button wherever they got the idea from, but it's implemented really well. So you can configure the shortcut button to either change sound profiles or take a quick screenshot or turn on the flashlight and so on. And the quick button is quick to launch the camera with a double tap, swipe to zoom in and out, and it's seriously impressive how responsive it is to touch. I mean, honestly, just looking at the phone, it's actually really good. The display looks fabulous. You have this near symmetrical, ultra-thin bezels all around, and all of it really blends well together. Alright, so we know that it's got flagship specs, flagship durability, great design, fantastic display, and a couple of nifty buttons around. But how special is it as a camera? Well, let's talk about that. So this one has 5 cameras in the back plus a selfie camera. I'll even compare it with the iPhone 16 Pro and the Xiaomi 15 Ultra and even tell you how it is different from the Find X8 Pro. But first, let me tell you what this has. It's got a 50 megapixel main camera with a 1-inch sensor, a 50 megapixel ultra-wide camera, a 50 megapixel 3x periscope, and a 50 megapixel 6x periscope. And this, the 5th one, is the magic masala of this dish. It's actually a 2 megapixel chroma camera, which kind of acts like a color corrector for your photos. And this, along with the 1-inch sensor, is what differentiates the Ultra from the Find X8 Pro. And we'll show that when we talk about samples, but first, I want to show you just how cool the main camera and the periscope cameras are. So, the 50 megapixel main camera with the 1-inch sensor is all about taking great photos. It's a flagship camera, guys, so of course it takes great photos in the day, undoubtedly, but its true strength lies in taking great photos in low light situations. I mean, the 1-inch sensor is able to capture a lot more light and just give you incredible, natural, noise-free photos that are too good for night shots. Next, it's got 3x and 6x periscope cameras and they can do 3 things. First, they can take photos of faraway objects in super quality. I mean, you can go all the way from ultra-wide to 6x zoom and still get amazingly detailed zoomed-in shots. And not just in regular daylight, but also in the night. And that, I think, is just bonkers. Just the amount of light it is able to capture even in low-light situations to give you such clean, low-light zoomed-in shots is great. And beyond 10x, AI telescope zoom kicks in to add details and make super zoomed in shots actually usable. Second, you can take beautiful portraits from far away distance and the quality is amazing. And guys, I was quite blown away by these shots. Of course, I've seen the Vivo X200 Pro do similar work, but even when I zoom in further to check the details, it's nothing that other flagships from Apple, Samsung or Google can even come close to right now. And third, they function as telemacro lenses. So you can just switch to macro mode, it activates the 3x and the 6x lenses, and now you can take these macro shots from a distance. They look really good and super detailed. And before I compare it with some other great camera smartphones, it's also got a 32 megapixel front-facing camera that can take really balanced selfies. Very nice skin tones, very detailed, and I also like the way it captures colors around me and not just my skin. Now, how does this compare with the Find X8 Pro that just launched a couple of months back? See, at first it was difficult to really make out the difference, but then if you see here, you can clearly notice the difference between the 1-inch sensor picture from the X8 Ultra, which is brighter than the X8 Pro. Even in low light situations, the X8 Ultra is more accurate with the scene in context, given the brightness, the colors, and the white balance. So that's where the Chroma camera and OPPO's new image processing engine called Lumo comes into picture. See guys, while the X8 Pro is again a fantastic camera smartphone, but if you look at my face tone and the shirt color, it's slightly richer on the X8 Ultra. Even the way the sun shines on my hair, it just has a bit more color. There's a certain warmth on my skin which looks more pleasing, and honestly again that shirt color is better. Even here, look at how nicely balanced my skin tone is, even on the darker side. And you can even see slightly more shades of my shirt's color in the X8 Ultra's picture. Same goes here, the shirt color, the skin tone, slightly more accurate on the Ultra. So guys, this new image processing engine, which is Lumo, it works across all popular focal lengths. And it's specifically made to capture photos with utmost clarity, speed, and color accuracy. And what I specifically find cool is that it breaks the image into different color temperature zones and dynamically adjusts colors for each zone to ensure that the overall image is really pleasing and true to how you saw it. Again guys, the Find X8 Pro is an amazing camera smartphone, but the X8 Ultra just takes a step further with, the 1-inch sensor, the Chroma camera, and the new Lumo imaging engine. But how does it fare with the iPhone 16 Pro and the more recently launched Xiaomi 15 Ultra, which also has a 1-inch sensor? And see, I've only put the iPhone 16 Pro as a benchmark so you can understand how good flagship camera systems are. Now this is at about 10x zoom and you can see how AI telescope zoom in the X8 Ultra is doing the best. Here, though I think the Xiaomi 15 Ultra did a fantastic job, the X8 Ultra also captured a very clean night shot. Again, here, the X8 Ultra I found to be the sharpest and the most balanced out of the three. Even here, deep into the night with little ambient light, but a very clean low light shot with greens also captured quite well. I like the contrast and the detail in the X8 Ultra selfie here, and even the shirt color has come out very well. In terms of macro too, both Xiaomi and X8 Ultra did a great job, but I like how the X8 Ultra has also taken the stem into focus. In here, I like the overall balance in the X8 Ultra. The Xiaomi 15 Ultra is a bit too warm and I'm not even considering the iPhone. Again, over here, I believe the X8 Ultra got the closest to natural photo with Xiaomi 15 Ultra being a close second. And even over here, the warm light that was hitting my face was most accurately captured by the X8 Ultra, including the shirt color and the texture. Now, obviously, this is straight out of the oven. It's just launched, and over time, OPPO is obviously going to optimize the sensor. It's going to improve and tweak the algos, and it's going to optimize the AI performance. So it should and will get better with time, but so far it's looking pretty good. Now guys, I haven't touched upon the videos, but it can shoot Dolby Vision 4K videos, and that too up to 120 FPS, so that's pretty good. But yeah, the idea was just to give you an overview of this phone. I'm not getting much into the software at this stage, but it's got ColorOS 15, and I don't know if you know this, it's easily the smoothest Android skin as of now. In fact, I've done a whole video about ColorOS 15 and how far it has come, so I'll leave a link over here, definitely catch that. Now, this phone has been globally unveiled, but it's launching in limited markets. It may or may not come to India, we're not certain about that right now, but if you guys show enough interest, I don't see why OPPO wouldn't bring it. But yeah, this phone kind of makes you question what we think should be a full-blown flagship experience. I mean, why can't the traditionally popular flagship phones pack sophisticated camera hardware and bigger batteries and still look, feel, and function like a regular flagship, the way this one does? Let me know what you think. But yeah, that's it about the Find X8 Ultra. If you guys still have any questions, comments, thoughts, let me know in the comment section. And if you did enjoy watching the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification icon and mark all. Really helps the channel grow. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's probably one of this. Probably and then there's this. मैं पापा लाइन क्यों भूल जा रहा हूँ यार?
A few moments later.
Let's talk about that. एक शॉट में